Chili again, and today we are talking about Immercare star product, which is Vagine. Okay, so Vagine is a refreshing intimate gel for the female reproductive health. And we all know that women have a lot of issues with their reproductive health, and often they get very uncomfortable about it, even to talk to their partners about it. It is for their partners to discover and only to discover to their displeasure. Okay, so basically, Vagine was created to help women. Now, when we talk about the female reproductive system, this is how it looks like. Okay, so it has an entrance point, okay, which is the vagina, and basically it has the inner parts, which is the uterus. You have the fallopian tube, and you have the ovaries here. Okay, and basically this is the part where life is nest. And so, in God's masterpiece of His mind, He looked at how He could protect this area. And like we all do when we have a building that contains important things, of course, we want to put maximum security at the gate, and exactly that's what God did. Okay, so in here, God puts maximum security, and one of the things that He quickly did was to actually put in walls, so to close up the gap. Okay, so that entry is difficult for other pathogens. Okay, so here in the vagina you have walls, and then also he had a gate, which is the mucus, to allow for sliding in and sliding out. And inside here he put some security men. And the security men here are the lactobacillus, or the beneficial bacteria, which actually help in fighting the bad bacteria. There's also some antibacterial peptides and bacteriocins, which also I will refer to them as dogs, okay, that aid the security men in fighting the bad bacteria. And essentially, it also has a pH, a healthy pH that must be between 3.5 and 4.4. So this is quite acidic, and that acidity must be maintained within that range to keep the woman healthy at all times. Okay. Now, on top of all this, God also added a secondary defense system, which is particularly very important, and it's similar to a CCTV camera or an alarm system. Okay. So on the walls of this vagina, actually, there are CCTV cameras, or the TLK receptors, that act like CCTV cameras on these walls. And basically, when there's an infiltration of any bacteria at all, the TLK receptors are able to detect it, trigger an alarm to the body, and the body will release immune cells or killer cells to come and fight that bacteria. And this is the masterpiece of a defense system that God placed here to ensure that the inner parts where life is nest is protected and kept intact. Now, when this system is compromised, that's when women have issues. And this results from, of course, because of how women take care of themselves, so from lifestyle, from exposure to toxins, from the drugs that they use, from use and overuse of this area. It leads to some compromise of the defense system, and basically that's why women start to have issues. They begin to feel itchy, they begin to get dryness, they begin to have some pain, they begin to have some discharges. And when that happens, women have all sorts of means that they try to solve those problems because it's uncomfortable for them. And they begin to expose this area to all forms of chemicals, so from washes and gels and cleansers and all manner of things, okay, and sometimes to herbs. And even in certain cases, they take antibiotics, which is recommended by their gynecologists, which is good. But the thing about the bacteria is that it is easy to actually deal with the bad bacteria. Just a disinfectant or antiseptic can't kill the bad bacteria, but immediately introduce such chemicals into this area, basically it does not only kill the bad bacteria, which is what you want, but it also helps in depleting or compromising the defense mechanism that God put here. Okay, and that is why sometimes when women go through treatment, especially with an antibiotic, and the drug wears out of their body, soon after they get an infection. So the big question is, how do you basically deal with this problem? Okay? Because basically when the defense system is broken, any bacteria getting into this area will have access to the deeper parts and cause even more damage. And that's where you have the deep infection, the infertility, the dryness, the itchiness. In fact, you begin to have dry sexual pain, you begin to have odor, you begin to have STIs and other forms of infections. You begin to have infertility, premature birth, all those difficult issues, even cancers, okay, that women have stems from some of these infections. Now the question is, how do you deal with these bad bacteria and pathogens without compromising the natural defense system that God put here, that masterpiece of a defense system that God put here to protect the woman? And that is where Vagine comes in. Okay, so Vagine is the only patented product that can comprehensively do that. That can comprehensively fight the bad bacteria, enhance the good bacteria, basically restore the pH, and restore the self-cleaning and self-defense mechanism of the female reproductive system. And it's able to do that because of the amazing natural ingredients that have been put into this product to allow it to work. So all the ingredients here are natural, they are raw, and they are plant-based. Okay, so these are ingredients that are more like the body needs, okay, to basically restore the natural defense system. So this is not a drug, this is particularly a supplement specific for the female reproductive system. And when that is applied into an area where you have that issue where the system is broken, basically it helps clean the deeper parts, takes care of the bad bacteria, and begin to restore and enhance the good bacteria. And also it begins to cause the tightening and the moisturizing effect, okay? When the walls are being repaired and the tissues are repaired, basically the gap closes and the whole place, the acidity is also restored, the good bacteria is restored, and even the TLK receptors, which is the secondary defense system, is also restored, bringing back the natural defense system where it is difficult for pathogens and bacteria to survive. Okay, so that is what this product is able to do. And so basically, ultimately, when you use this product, you have the friendly bacteria being restored, okay, the bad bacteria being put in check. It stimulates the self-cleansing and self-defense mechanism of the female environment, thereby effectively reducing infections. It has a moisturizing and a tightening effect simply by repairing the walls. It also helps in nourishing your ovaries, which for the woman gives you beautiful skin, okay? And it also restores the natural female scent. So the odor is removed, and the natural female scent that is attractive to the man is restored, all right? And that, in a way, will enhance, of course, sexual intercourse. So that's the ultimate benefit that you get from this amazing product, and that is why it's our star product. And this is exactly how the product looks like, okay? So inside this box, you have 6 pieces of this, and inside this, you have this, okay? So the gel is so well made. It's actually made under pharmaceutical grade manufacturing plant, okay? And it's made in such a way that it has to be kept clean. So before you touch this, you have to sanitize as a woman because it's going into an intimate part. So this is how the product looks like. Okay, so here you have a cover, and basically there's a kind of a hole here, and the cover to this, you remove it and plunge it here. Okay, so it turns it into some form of a syringe. So basically the gel is here, so when you push too deep, the gel will come out. So when you are inserting this, the gel is inserted gently, and basically the woman can be in a lying position, okay, and insert this about 3 centimeters into the area and basically push everything. One stick is for a single use, all right, and you just keep lying down for 10 to 15 minutes before you get up. And so the best time to use this product is actually lasting in the night before you sleep, so that you can keep lying for the gel to have full reach and be able to help cleanse and actually nourish the whole area. And that's basically what you want to do. Now, if you're a first-time user, we recommend that you use the product for 10 straight days, okay? So maybe you might have to get 2 of this because inside one box like this, you have 6 sticks. So you may have to get 2 of this so that you can do 10 straight days. And after the 10 days, you actually would start enjoying the full benefit of the product, all the things we talked about, the moisturizing effect, the tightening effect, the cleansing, the self-defense, everything will be restored. And unless you have some very, very particularly difficult situation, okay, where in this case you have to go and see your gynecologist. But otherwise, you should have the full benefit after 10 days. And then after that, you can now use 1 stick every 3 or 4 days just to ensure that you are continuously healthy. All right, so this is the amazing product that we have. Now, if you want more information on this product, go to my website, www.immerlife.com, and then the product section, you can have that. If you want to also make orders, you can contact me on the same site. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned a lot from this video. See you next time.